Stefan Swartling here. Welcome to another episode of the podcast show. This week's podcast has been a lot about Apple and the WWDC keynote this year. Apple has presented a lot of cool stuff. A new, very cool MacBook Pro with Retina display, new MacBook Airs, iOS 6, OS X Mountain Lion, and of course all the features from these operating systems like Siri, Maps and much more. So we will have a look at all these cool things that Apple presented for us, and let's get started. Apple had the WWDC keynote, and the best thing that I saw on that keynote was the new MacBook Pro 15-inch with Retina display. It's the best computer I've ever seen. Really, really great. Yes, I know it's expensive, but you get the best thing you can have in a laptop. And with that Retina display, you have never seen anything better. A resolution with 2880 by 1800 pixels. 220 pixels per inch. Amazing! Here are the specs for it. The new 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display comes with either a 2.3 GHz quad-core Intel Core i7 processor or a 2.6 GHz quad-core Intel Core i7 processor. Both have a Intel Turbo Boost. The 2.3 GHz has a turbo boost up to 3.3 GHz, and the 2.6 GHz has a turbo boost up to 3.6 GHz. The display is a 15.4-inch backlit display with IPS technology. The resolution is 2880 by 1800. Incredible. It's 220 pixels per inch. It comes with 8 GB of RAM memory. You can configure it to have up to 16 GB of RAM if you want. And it has SSD flash storage. 256 GB is standard, but you can choose up to 768 GB of flash storage. And the size and weight of the really cool new MacBook Pro, the height is only 0.71 inch high, 1.8 centimeter. Really thin, really thin. And it only weighs 2.02 kilogram, about 1 kilogram more than the 11-inch MacBook Air that I have. And graphics is Intel HD Graphics 4000. You can choose to have NVIDIA GeForce GT 650M graphics if you want. You can have dual display and video mirroring. Supports full native resolution. The battery life is still 7 hours. That's great. You have a SD card slot, HDMI, USB 3.0, 2 Thunderbolt ports, MagSafe 2, a new power MagSafe, and a headphone jack, 2 microphones, Wi-Fi, the latest Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0, and of course a backlit keyboard and a multi-touch trackpad. And you can buy it already, and the price starts at $2,199. For that you get a 2.3 GHz quad-core i7, 8 GB of RAM, and 256 GB of SSD flash storage. And it also have an HD FaceTime front-facing camera now. That's great. And the battery life has also up to 30 days of standby time. Amazing. Fully equipped it costs $2,799. A lot of money, but it's the best computer I've ever seen. That was the specs for the new MacBook Pro 15-inch with Retina display. What do you think? It looks great. Tell me in the comments what you think. I think it's an amazing computer. I really would like to have this, but I don't know if I can buy it yet because my 11-inch MacBook Air is only 10 months old, and I don't think I am ready to upgrade just yet, but I would love to have this. It's too big for me though, but maybe I can go big for a time and go back to 11-inch MacBook Air when they come out with a Retina display. I am sure they will release Retina displays on the MacBook Airs too, but maybe next year. So I don't know what to do at the moment, if I should upgrade to the 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display or wait until next year when the MacBook Airs have a Retina display. Tell me in the comments if you planning to buy this and what you think of it. Apple also presented iOS 6 on the WWDC keynote, and to be honest I didn't think it was so impressive at all actually. But I think the reason is that they can't show us all the features yet because we will see a completely new iPhone version when iOS 6 is finally launched. So they can't show all the coming features for it. For example, the new iPhone will be taller, so we can have a widget bar at the bottom of the screen. They can't show us such feature because that will unveil how the next iPhone will be. But some of the features we saw was that Apple has switched from Google Maps to their own maps system called Maps, and it looks very impressive actually. It's really great. Flyover feature, for example, was really great. The flyover feature, very impressive 3D, turn-by-turn navigation. And Apple says that they have designed it all by themselves and they are making the maps. Siri has got some new features. You can ask sports results and so on, restaurants, movies and more. And as I said before, I'm very disappointed at Siri still, because I think Apple should release it for more languages before adding features. These new features are only US only, I can see that. US only. It will not work in my country, Sweden for example. And we still can't use Siri in full in Sweden. No support. Facebook integration too. They have integrated Facebook exactly as they have done with Twitter, so we can share from everywhere. The Mail app, Safari, all apps. And they have also released an API so third-party developers can add the same features to their apps. And this Facebook integration means that I need to make more time for my Facebook page, because I want to use my Facebook page more now when I see Apple are going for Facebook. They will never integrate Google+, I'm sure of that. And now we can also share our photo streams. We can choose which photos we want to share with our friends. That's really amazing actually, because now Apple has their own social network, a photo sharing service. I think they decided to do that when Instagram was bought by Facebook, so they decided to do their own photo sharing directly from our photo stream instead. This will probably only work between iOS devices and iOS users. But that was what Instagram also did before they released it for Android too. So the share photo stream feature is kind of nice. And we also have a new app called Passbook, and that app is nothing for me, I will never use it. It's for tickets, boarding pass, cards and coupons. So you can organize your tickets. Probably great for users that need such a feature. Not for me. And now we can also use FaceTime over 3G. So not only Wi-Fi, we can now use it for 3G, and that's really great. If the Swedish providers will support it, I will use it a lot. It's really great. And the phone app has a new feature too. You can send voicemail, reply with message and remind me later. When someone calls, you can do a reminder to call up later. It has a new calling feature to your phone. Now when you decline an incoming call, you can instantly reply with a text message or set a callback reminder. That's kind of nice. And Mail has got even better. You can now add photos and files to your mail. You have a VIP inbox, and it's totally redesigned. So maybe I don't need to use Sparrow anymore with this new app. Would be cool to see if it's better than Sparrow. And Safari, of course, has been much better now. Now we have offline reading list, so you don't need to have Instapaper anymore. And iCloud tabs, it syncs tabs between your Macs and iOS devices. Very useful. And you have full screen in landscape mode. That's very useful. And the offline reading list will save all your pages that you want to read later for offline reading, so you don't have to have a 3G connection or Wi-Fi connection anymore. And a lot of accessibility features in iOS. Apple is much for that, and that's good. A Find My iPhone feature to find your iPhone when you have lost it. Find My Friends, and totally redesigned app stores. It's also new in iOS 6. And you have a new feature for China, improved text input for Chinese, and you can have Baidu search engine, the Chinese search engine, and much more. So iOS 6 has over 200 new features, and this is only in the first beta 8 version of iOS 6, released yesterday for developers. The final will be available when they release the next iPhone, the new iPhone. And as I said, I think Apple has a lot more features hidden for us that we will see in the final when it's released. No one will see it before the final is launched on the same day they will present the next iPhone. The new iPhone will be totally different from iPhone 4S, so they can show us those features that that phone will have in iOS 6. What do you think about iOS 6? Tell me in the comments. At the WWDC keynote, Apple also presented OS X Mountain Lion, the coming operating system for Mac. And that operating system I am even more excited about than iOS 6. I think it's look amazing. I really need that already now. And it's a near final preview that developers can install. And it will be available in July for only $19.99 US. That's very cheap for such an update. And I would like to see Microsoft doing such an update. I mean, such cheap update Microsoft will never do. I think that's the right thing for Apple to do. The operating system should not cost much. It should even be free, actually. That's really amazing of Apple. And the new OS X Mountain Lion will have even tighter integration with iCloud, so you can sync your apps between your iOS devices and your Mac. You get the same notification on your Mac as you get on your iPhone or iPad. You can work on a document on all your devices. You can start working on it on the Mac and continue working on it on your iPad or iPhone. And the updates will be in real time through iCloud. And also the Reminders app will synchronize, so you can add reminders on your Mac and see them on your iPhone and vice versa. Very cool. iMessage, of course, on Mac. I have used it since they released it as a beta version for OS X Lion, and it's really great. I often use it. And the Notification Center is not only supporting Mac and iOS apps. The new Notification Center in OS X Mountain Lion also support notifications from other apps like Twitter, Facebook, and so on. So you can have notifications from your social networks you're using. A bit like Growl works. And Power Nap is a really cool feature, only supported on the MacBook Air from 2011 and the new MacBook Pro with Retina display. I think the reason that they only support these models of the Macs is that they uses SSD. Power Nap is a feature that makes your Mac up to date while you're sleeping, while the Mac are sleeping. It updates your Mac, it backups your Mac, and do much features that you think are annoying to do. They get done when you are sleeping and your Mac are sleeping. and it's very power efficient, so the battery life will hardly notice anything at all. It periodically updates mail, contacts, calendar, reminders, notes, photo stream, Find My Mac, and documents in the cloud, and so on, while you're sleeping. That's really cool. And you will not notice anything because your Mac is still asleep. And all the sharing features that also are built into iOS 6 is in OS X Mountain Lion, so you can share to Twitter, Facebook, and so on directly from the apps. Really cool. I heard a rumor that Facebook integration will not be available until fall, though. Even if OS X Mountain Lion will be released in July, you will not have Facebook integration until fall. And Facebook will be integrated exactly as Twitter is now on both iOS 6 and OS X Mountain Lion. And now we will have full AirPlay mirroring in OS X Mountain Lion. That's a really nice feature. That means that you can send the whole screen to your HDTV wirelessly. So you can use your Mac on your 40-inch HDTV, for example, by using your Apple wireless keyboard and mouse. You can use your TV as a monitor completely wirelessly. And it also supports Game Center, so you can play games. One user can use the iPad, one user can use the iPhone, and the third user can use the Mac. And they can compete in the same game through AirPlay and Apple TV. That's kind of amazing. And of course we will see a new Safari version on OS X Mountain Lion too, Safari 6, and it will have same great feature as you have on iOS 6. So you will have tab syncing, you will have offline reading list and built-in sharing and all that. Plus 200 new features in OS X Mountain Lion. But we can't have it here until July. And as I said, it will only cost $19.99, $20. That's cheap, really cheap. And I can hardly wait. I want it now. I want it badly. Tell me in the comments what you think about OS X Mountain Lion. If you already have it by using a developer version, tell me what you think of it, please. And we have also seen a new leaked photos of the next iPhone. This was apparently only rendered photos, but when the rumor started spreading on the web, no one didn't know that because everyone believed that it was the real thing, and leaked assembled iPhone, but it was rendered photos. Some photos of a leaked iPhone 5 has circulated out on the web from a Chinese website, and they look like the earlier leaked photos of parts, iPhone 5 parts. So it looks like the real deal, but it's probably not the real phone, a real phone. It's probably just a mock-up of all the leaked parts to one phone. I think it looks really beautiful. I hope this is the real iPhone 5, the new iPhone that comes this fall, because it looks really great. I really like the black one here, especially the backside. It's really great. I like the speaker grill too. Looks very good. But the website Gadgesteria thinks this is fake because uneven edges, missing text and weird shadows. But I think that's because this is only a mock-up of the leaked parts. It's not assembled by a fabric. It's assembled by this Chinese website. That's why. I think it only uses all the leaked parts from the next iPhone. And that's why it looks like this. The text, though, I can't explain, but I think it's not the real text that will be on the final release. So I still think that the next iPhone, iPhone 5, will look like this. I'm sure of that. What do you think? Tell me in the comments if you think this is fake or if you think this looks nice and if you would like to have it like this. Tell me in the comments. Acer also unveiled an Android tablet, Android 4.0, ice cream sandwich tablet, Iconia Tab A700, and this is the first time that we see an Android tablet that can compete with the iPad's price. It cost only $450. So finally we can see a great Android tablet with the same price, even a bit cheaper than an iPad. That's really nice, and it looks great. Acer presents their Android 4.0 tablet, Iconia Tab A700. And finally, the price of an Android tablet is very good. It's only $450. That's a nice price. And the tablet has a 1920 by 1200 pixels resolution, so it's full HD, 1080p. And it comes pretty close to the iPad's pixel density. It has a quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 CPU and 1GB of RAM memory, and runs on Ice Cream Sandwich Android 4.0. It has 32GB of internal storage. It has 5.1 channel Dolby Mobile 3 audio, and it has an HDMI output, so you can watch movies on a bigger screen. And it also has a micro SD expansion slot that can handle cards up to 64GB. And the A700 also have a pair of cameras, one 5 megapixel on the back and one 1 megapixel on the front. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 2.1 only, I wonder why, and a battery life of 10 hours when watching HD video. And it's only 10.9mm thick, and the weight is 1.5 pound. And it has some pre-installed apps, Polaris Office 3.5 and Evernote. And the price is, as I said, only $449. Really cool. And you can choose a color. You can choose silver or black. The screen is 10-inch on the Acer Iconia Tab A700. But the tablet looks much thicker than the iPad though. But it looks cool. One of the best Android tablets I've seen. I think it's the best Android tablet I've seen, actually. And finally, the price can compete with the iPad. That's great. Microsoft announces that they will have an event on Monday. A very mysterious event. No one knows what Microsoft will unveil. The only thing they say on the invitation card is that it will be a very big announcement. So it's interesting, really interesting. Some speculates that it will be a Microsoft tablet that they will announce. Either a tablet that will compete with the iPad, a bigger tablet that runs on Windows RT, the Metro UI version of Microsoft Windows 8. And some other speculates that it will be a smaller tablet, a 7-inch tablet that will compete with Amazon and the Kindle. Some other speculates that it will be a Microsoft TV, but I don't think so, because Microsoft is already big in the home with their Xbox, their own kind of Apple TV actually, a media center. So I don't think it will be a TV. Personally, my speculation is that I think Microsoft will announce that they will buy Nokia. Nokia is going down. It seems very bad for Nokia at the moment. 10,000 jobs will go away. And I think that is what Microsoft will announce on Monday. They will buy Nokia, so they can have Nokia hardware for their own phones that runs on Windows 8 phone, and they will have Nokia hardware that runs Windows 8 RT and Windows 8 real Windows 8 for their tablets. So Microsoft will have Nokia hardware in their own phones and their own tablets and compete with Google, Apple and the rest. That is what I think Microsoft will announce on Monday. So that was this week's podcast episode. I hope you liked it, and I will do these podcast episodes every week. So please like this episode and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I need more subscribers. Go do that. And thanks for watching and listening.